You know, and I know, that if anyone is going to take you serious, in any spiritual kind of sense, you can't sit in a regular cross-legged position. It's got to be the Padmasana, the lotus sit, with the soles of your feet pointing upwards to the sky, receiving the universe. It just comes in to your feet and up towards your spine and to the top of your head, just through the soles of your feet. Yeah, the soles of your feet is like the Sahasrara chakra, the crown chakra of the ground. You know, the sun of the ground, the sun of the earth, the soles of the feet. Yeah, and you're gonna do this with Hatha yoga. Oh yes you are. Because if you don't have union with yourself, if you don't do this in a way that's going to benefit you, there are ligaments and tendons in your knee that don't feel pain. They don't feel pain. There are no nerves in those ligaments. ACL, no nerves. You feel nothing. It can snap. And we're gonna, if this doesn't happen at the hip level, if the shin does not turn from facing upwards to the sky to facing downwards to the ground properly, you're gonna snap all that shit. Yeah. So it's a dangerous thing to do if you do it without yoga, without union. And that's what Hatha yoga is all about. And you can get a totally wrong impression if you go to any fitness gym, because what happens there is you go in, you know, and yeah, you're spiritually attained, right? You know you're spiritually attained, and then you see all these girls, these basic bitches, you know, sitting down into that Padmasana, going down into that split, and it's, oh shit, start looking at her, she's cute, I also want to do the splits, I'm also cool, you know, I want to impress the girl. This is completely not union, especially when you start to push it. It's like, yeah, you know. So basically the story you're telling yourself is that there is a you, that is a being that is operating a mech made out of flesh, right? And that mech is the body, and it's so difficult. Oh my god, it doesn't want to do what I want it to do, and I'm trying to discipline it, and it's just not happening. But instead, we stretch. Okay, what people in India do is that they say, I'm gonna stretch, but it's not the stretch, because I don't need that much flexibility. I'm gonna focus more on posture, actually, because posture, that's like 24 hours a day. And then, even further than that, forever, the head priority is union and harmony. So when they stretch, your muscle is going to be like, yeah, you know? And it's like, union, harmony. And they do it with the psychological barrier. Now, there's a very famous part of a psychological barrier with safety. In India, it's called Brahma Granthi. It's like basic safety. And this is just a part of that, but this is something I've felt and can report on. And that is when you do Kundalini and Hatha Yoga for a while, your lower parts of your spine loosen up in a way that they're normally never like that. And it's like tremendous freedom. But then I got scared because, you know, I could move, you know, the S and L region very fluently and make very nice, neat little circles by moving my hips. And I got scared because it was so loose, and immediately my ass cramped up and my lower back cramped up, and I had tremendous stiffness and pain in that area for about 7 days, and then it went back to normal. It didn't go back to the loosened state where it was free moving, and because I didn't feel safe. It's called, in India, this is only a part of what they call Brahma Granthi, because the lock is all encompassing. It's all encompassing. It's not just, it's very mystic, you know. It's not just one aspect. It's all the aspects. It's eternal, everything. It's a deep fundamental change when any of that gets loosened. Anyways, so yeah, that's my point, really. That when you do yoga, it's a sensual thing. Try to get that sacral chakra activated, where you stretch, and it's like, oh, haha, and maybe you'll say, ooh la la, instead of the thing, that I've done so many years practicing martial arts, where, there's my foot, I'm gonna grab my fucking toes. And then I bend, I grab that. It's a struggle. That's the opposite of Hatha yoga. And it's one of the reasons why I prefer to do Hatha yoga alone, because I just start looking and comparing, and I don't do what I'm supposed to do. So full disclosure, this is a secret, but I do Hatha yoga wearing a blindfold. And you can get those head earphones that you put into your ear. That's a really small. You can sleep with those. That's if you want some music and some vibrations. Like you relax in the lower regions, because you have a toning practice that's like lam. And when you do that, it makes you focus on that area. It's easier to relax your legs. And then I do the exercises. And if you saw me stretch, you'd be like, this guy can't kick head height. But I do martial arts. I kick easily head height, even on taller opponents. And I can do that with complex kicks, like the side piercing kick, which is like you have to turn around, then you have to twist your hip, then you have to align your heel with your hips, and then you have to bend backwards to counterweight yourself while you flick your leg and stomp sideways. And at the same time, though, your standing leg has to pivot like 180 degrees on the balls of the feet, and blah blah blah. Lots of very complicated kick. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, so it's something I can do. My point is, when you see me stretch, it's not a particularly it's not something that would impress people at the gym, okay? But it's functional, it works, and it gets the job done. And it's actual union, it's actual yoga. So I prefer to do it alone. I prefer to do it so much alone that I do it naked, and I do it blindfolded, and sometimes I can even have earbuds, and I just want to be completely in union. That's the mission, and that's the goal. And when you do that, you don't have to stretch far. It's not even about the stretch. It's not even about the posture, even though those are kind of like anchors. Like breath is an anchor in meditation. It's about, being in union and coming to union. And as a benefit of that, if you meditate afterwards, it is way stronger, because you're already in union with yourself. So yeah, I hope I cleared things up for you. If you understand what I'm saying, your Hatha yoga can go like, if you've been just stretching and trying to hit positions before and trying to keep balance and stuff like that, if you take this understanding, I think you will find that Hatha yoga is something that if you do it, even just for 15 minutes, start with 1 minute, man. Start with 1 minute. Do it right. Like a lot of my best routines, now I have like a routine that lasts hours. I started with 1 minute, but I did it every day. It's like, and now it was a point, the day I could actually defend towards my wallet getting one of those mats, because those mats were expensive. Like, no. It's going to be used every day. Started with 1 minute. And if you do it like this, I think you're going to have results very rapidly, because now you're getting into union. You're getting into yourself. So say you do the gateway experience tapes, or listen to any like resonance, synth wave, sound. You're just going to immediately grab onto that much quicker, because you're already in that kind of mode, you're already tuned.